everyone, and welcome to another daily reading. This is your reading for Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining me here, and if you would like to continue seeing these videos as they're uploaded, just click the buttons below, the like and subscribe, and the bell so that you get notifications whenever they're updated. This one's a little bit later in the day, mainly because of, again, my schedule, but I did want to make sure I got a reading to you guys today. So as always, I am Morgana Braid, High Priestess of Maiden Circle, Coven, and Academy, and if you are interested in learning more about Maiden Circle, just check out the links in the description. Let's get started. So I'm going to pull a card to ask our overall energy of the day. What is your overall energy for this day, Wednesday, July 18th, 2018? I would like to say, as usual, that these readings are general, so you may not always resonate with them, and sometimes you may. That's just natural and normal. And I tend to do these readings with the mind of any person out there who needs to see them. So whoever you are, you know if this is for you. You know if this message is meant for you, if it's right for you, if it suits your situation, okay? And if it does, please let me know in the comments, because it just feels nice to know that I'm helping people, to know if I'm helping people, and not just kind of reading to an empty void, you know? So what is your overall energy? So what is your overall energy for today? Overall energy for Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. What is the overall energy for today, Wednesday, July 18th, 2018? The word wants to be written. So this is telling you that any kind of thing that you want to do or manifest in your life is already within you. That especially if it's something creative, we all are born with this innate creative energy, this innate creative ability. And over the years, through childhood, we tend to tamp that down. We tend to try to fit into specific boxes or fit in specific paths, and take paths that look good for us. And all that time in the back of our head, we might be feeling something or hearing something saying, I want to do this, I want to create this, I want to start this specific business, I want to write a book, I want to write music, I want to create a life where I'm surrounded by artistic, creative people, but that's not what society wants for me. And this is telling you that all those things that you're wanting to manifest, all those things that you're wanting to create, they're already within you, and they're begging to be let out. So today, especially with this energy, look deeper into your desires, and look into whatever nagging ideas just keep coming back to you. If you spent your whole life saying, I really want to write a book, I really want to do that, but you never take the effort to do that, or you write like some first drafts and then just leave them forever and go on ignoring that side of you so that you can just work, or like work a normal day job that doesn't speak to you spiritually, then this is telling you that it's time to revisit that. It's time to revisit these things that you want to expand upon, that you want to grow within yourself and grow around you. So let's see what your more personal energy is. I like to generally think of this one as the energy for the energy for pretty much the day, all over the place. And this more personal card is more related to whoever this reading is specifically for. This also can sometimes show us the energy that we need to aspire to, or the energy that is the most optimal energy for the day, generally. So let's see, what is your more intimate, personal energy for today, Wednesday, July 18th, 2018? You have the Page of Cups. So similarly, this is telling you to pursue something that speaks to you on a more heart or spiritual level. It's possible that you've brought up this thing that you want to manifest or whatever it is you're trying to create. And while you are openly, you seem confident about it, inside you're not 100% sure, which is again why it's had to be pointed out to you that this is why it keeps coming to you, because you haven't been feeding into that. This is telling you that this is the time for you to make your move and take advice. If someone is trying to help you reach these goals, if someone is trying to reach out to you and offer tips for manifesting whatever it is you're trying to manifest, grab onto that, because this is your opportunity to make that happen. This is your opportunity to really create the life that you want for yourself, to take those first steps. You're not gonna be there overnight, and with the Page of Cups, it could take you some time to learn whatever it is that you're trying to create, to learn how to be effective in your manifestations. But if someone's bringing you advice, if someone's offering to help you manifest these things, don't shun it. Don't think, oh, you're, I don't know, up here in my job, we have the same exact job. What can you tell me that I don't already know? You'll be surprised what someone who is in the same position as you might know that you haven't been able to pick up on. So definitely don't take the advice immediately, but listen to it and weigh it out with your own impulses and your own choices and your own desires, and see if there's a way to reconcile those things. So let's see what your physical challenge is for this day. This is typically work-related or health-related, things on the more physical, mundane plane. This could also include your projects, your home, more solid things. And this, often what we get is how you're dealing with those solid things on a surface level. You have the Knight of Coins. I think this is saying that you're kind of lacking direction, where usually the Knight of Coins knows where he's going and knows how to make things happen. Because this is in your challenge position, you're actually not sure of how to make anything happen or where to go. Or even if you have ideas, again, there have been ideas nagging at you, you're not really 100% settled on them, and for whatever reason, you're floating in kind of a directionless space. You're floating in a space of, do I do this? Do I do that? What if I do that, then something bad will happen. If I do this, then at least I'll be stable, but nothing great will happen. And you're kind of stuck in between these ideas, or amongst these ideas of either I go after something and fail, or I just stay with what I'm doing and don't do anything. But the other choice that you're not really seeing is you go after something and you succeed. You're not letting yourself see that choice. You're in a place where you're just kind of floating, and you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're very narrow-minded. You've got a tunnel vision of what your future can be, of what can happen from letting yourself embrace these desires and follow this passion. So right now you're just kind of, again, floating along. Let's see how we can overcome this. How can you overcome this challenge? You have the Five of Swords, and the Four of Cups. You've definitely been feeling challenged by your life lately, by your work, by your experiences, by school, by whatever it is that you're putting your energy into. It's been feeling like an uphill battle for you. And while you're finding some semblance of success, whether it's in your job or in school, it's not really fulfilling you. And you're doing it, you're kind of, again, I don't want to keep saying floating. You're automatic. You're on automatic and you're just going with the flow. You're just doing the status quo, doing what you need to be doing and working hard at it, even though it's not really in your heart. You are dreaming about something else. You're dreaming about whatever this is that you want to manifest. You're hoping for it and you're like, this is my life this is my ideal life. That's what you're dreaming about. And you're not really allowing yourself to put in the energy for that ideal life. You're letting yourself settle for something that's not meant for you. You're letting yourself settle for this struggle that you're in, for all this hard work that you're putting into something that you don't necessarily love or doesn't speak to you. For whatever reasons, it could be because with the coins here, that tends to make me think of money. It tends to make me think of resources and funds. So it could be that you're working so hard for stability, for financial stability and for money, but the way you're going about it is just putting you in stress, and it's putting you into a point where you're letting yourself daydream all the time, and you're not necessarily taking any steps to overcome this. And I think with these cards, in this space of trying to overcome this issue, we're going to need to look more at where you are internally and where you are on a more mental, emotional level, where you are spiritually. Because at the moment, this is telling me that you are working hard for something, but there isn't really a victor. There isn't. You've gotten all the swords for your efforts, but behind you there's been a lot of trouble, and around you there's still a lot of trouble. No problems have actually been solved by the work that you're doing right now, and no problems can be solved if all you're doing is fantasizing about the solution, but you're not taking action to make that solution happen. So let's see what is your challenge on the mental, spiritual, and emotional realm. What's going on inside of you that's challenging you today? You have the Six of Cups. So with the Six of Cups here in your challenge position, it's almost saying that you've lost some part of yourself. You've found yourself in this place where you're focusing again on some of the wrong things and focusing more on your own internal problems, but you've lost the part of yourself that dares to dream. You've lost the part of yourself that dares to hope. And whatever that is, it could have happened years ago in your childhood, because this card is a lot about memory and about looking at who you were when you were happier, and looking at the things in your past that made you feel like yourself, that made you feel fulfilled. And this can be translated into today as well. What things have you done that make you feel fulfilled, that make you feel good about who you are and about what you're trying to do? Chances are the things that make you feel the best, that make you feel joyful and positive about yourself, about your capabilities, about your life, that's the thing that's been calling to you. That's the thing that you keep denying to yourself, that you keep saying, I'll do that when I have time. I'll do that when I feel like it. I'll do that whenever. The truth of the matter is, when you feel like it doesn't matter. When you feel like it has no bearing on whether or not you do it. Okay? And if you let that feeling like it control you, then this may never come to be. This is telling you to look at times when you did feel like it, times when you did it, and it felt good. Look at the positive memories of your life, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for having not done it. If you are a person who meditates every day usually, and then you stop for a month, and then the more time goes on, the less you feel comfortable going back to it because you're telling yourself that you're bad for having stepped away in the first place. Don't do that. Like, forgive yourself for taking breaks. Forgive yourself for those times when you didn't feel like it and you gave in to that. Forgive yourself and let yourself relive those feelings of fulfillment, because right now you're isolating yourself from that. Right now you're you're holding yourself in, and you're really focusing on a small picture. You're not seeing everything that's around you and all the possibilities. You're really just stuck on this little tiny picture of who you think you're supposed to be. So let's see how we can overcome this. How can you overcome this particular challenge? You have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Emperor. These cards are telling you that it is time to put things in order. Put your priorities in order. What is most important to you? Is it feeling fulfilled? Is it having a life where you can be happy? Or is it financial stability? Is it emotional stability along with financial stability? And is there a way to find balance in that so that you can pursue the things that feel good to your spirit and pursue whatever it is that is begging to be let out and begging to be created by you, and still find a way to make a living, to make a stable living. And trust me, that is something that many of us are trying to figure out. And it is possible in this day and age. It is possible for everyone in this country, especially because I can't speak for other countries, but everyone in America has opportunities to change where they are, to change the reality that they're living in. And to do that, you really need to change the way you respond and the way you pursue life and what is important to you. Again, this is telling you to put your priorities in order. Put what's important to you at the top of the list and then act on that, regardless of what it looks like to other people, regardless of what even your inner voice from childhood, the programmed voice that says this is the life you're supposed to live, regardless of what that's telling you, follow your priorities. Find what matters to you. What's important to you concerning your work and your life and everything that you spend your time on, because time is the only thing you have and it is not infinite. Time is the only thing you can guarantee that you'll have until you don't have it anymore. So what are you going to use that time for? How are you going to spend your hours, your days, your life? Okay, are you going to spend it pursuing something that ultimately is exhausting and maybe looks good on paper, but leaves you wanting more, leaves you craving something entirely different, leaves you ignoring what your soul is calling out to you for, ignoring any good advice or the ability to manifest? Or are you going to change the way you're pursuing life and actually pursue these things that matter to you? And if you're going to do that, do it, put it in order, make it stable. Okay, there's a way to make it stable, and you want that, and you're capable of finding that. So do whatever it takes to reorganize your priorities and decide what matters to you so that you can act on that. Chances are huge that whatever it is, it's been in your head for a while. It's been in your heart for a while. It's been something that you wanted to do, that you wanted to create, that you wanted to act on and manifest in your life, and that you just haven't. Okay? The only thing standing in your way right now, today, is you. So let's see what the energy for the end of this day is. How are we going to close out this Wednesday? You have the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Right, so with the King of Cups, this is telling you flat out to put more energy into your creative work, put more energy into the things that speak to you on a more emotional, spiritual level. You have worked hard. Again, this is a success for you. You've worked hard. You've probably got a well-paying job, and you've got a place that you're comfortable living in, and maybe, respect from your bosses or whatever. You're working hard, and you might even be making some money, but you've been ignoring you've been ignoring what's been speaking to you. You've been ignoring your spiritual and creative growth and your spiritual and creative healing. And you had touched on it at some point in the past. You've probably tried to attempt to follow this, to attempt to do something, or you did one little thing. And like I said, if you want to be a writer, and this, I speak because I am a writer, and I had this problem for many, many years, up until last year, where I never finished anything. I would start it, I would get like 90% of the way through, and then I'd have a new idea and want to do something else. And a huge part of that for me was just the fear of failure. Once you get that ball rolling and you start sharing it with people and trying to make something out of it, then there's this huge overwhelming fear of, if this doesn't work, everybody's going to see me fall flat on my face. And that sucks. But I've learned from my own personal experience that you have to just keep pushing forward, whether or not people love it or not, especially when it's something like writing. But this could be painting, this could be starting a business, this could be cooking, this could be literally anything that's been begging you to allow it to manifest, to create and change that, to bring that to being. Okay, whatever it is, this is telling you that you may have some work left in front of you, but don't give up. You are supported. The universe, nature, your friends and family, maybe. Someone is supporting you. I'm supporting you. I don't have to know who you are to say I believe in you. As long as you're hurting no one and you're just trying to make your life something beautiful and wonderful and filled with love and health and stability and growth, then I will support you forever. And in the same way, goddess or God or deity or the universe or even just the earth, whatever it is that you believe in is supporting you. And you need to believe in yourself, and you need to understand that you can't have money and all this other stuff without, like, you can't enjoy it as much without listening to your spiritual and emotional side, without listening to your heart. Okay, it's just going to start to become cold. It's going to start to be an endless desire for more and more and more, with no other reason, no other direction to put it in. Okay? And you need to connect to that creative energy inside of you. You need to connect to the soul energy, the love inside of you, the passion that you have for certain things. And don't focus so much on what could go wrong. Don't obsess so much on self-pity or on all the things that did go wrong in the past, and get yourself stuck in pity and over again, and every day is just bad for you because you can't see any other solutions. There are solutions for you, all right? There are options. You need to open your mind. Again, this is saying that you may have had a narrow-minded view about all of this, and it is time for you to open your mind up to the possibilities, and open your mind up to these ideas that have been coming to you over and over again, to whatever it is that's been asking to be created. All right, it is time for you to step up, to do the work that is necessary, and to get in touch with your spiritual side, to get in touch with what's important to you, so that you can alter your path, because the path that you've been on right now has been an exhausting one for you. It has been one that leaves you dreaming about all this other stuff. So if you're dreaming about all this other stuff, why not try it? That is your reading for Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it has helped. And if it has, again, let me know. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much 1,000 times for joining me. And remember always that I love you. Bye.